Thank you, Reyes.
So, the world sucks, and that's not really surprising. We try to make it better, but there's always a bad penny that shows up. Us humans use up too many resources to benefit from it from our daily lives. To cut down on the amount of resources we use, even by a small margin, doing things like taking shorter showers, unplugging devices that are not in use, or reusing bottles can help save the world piece by piece. Although as citizens we can't do much about the issue of resource management with things like, let's say, electricity, scientists, however, have found ways to make electricity that is helpful to the environment one way or another. Since science has come so far, there are bound to be many ways to make electricity. Some methods revolve around the weather, some methods revolve around the nature around us, and some methods are creative in their own right, per se. Now, this sounds like a great thing. Because of the many ways we can make electricity, it benefits us without damaging the environment as much. But I'd be lying if I say these methods weren't perfect. As with life, everything comes with a benefit, as with everything comes with a downside. I feel like I'm getting nowhere with this, so let's just start with, oh god, there's a lot here. What do I start with? Yeah, that works. So, solar energy. This way of forming electricity revolves around the sun and the rays of light that come with it. These panels absorb the sunlight that is then caught by the PV cells in the panel, which creates kinetic energy. Thank you. So, that kinetic energy is moved in response to an internal electrical field in the cell, which causes electricity to flow through your house. This is the most common form of a renewable source of energy, as most small but wealthy towns have a whole block powered by these panels. Plus, there are also 4% of American households with individual panels in a heavily dense city. These panels are really good because it heavily reduces the amount of non-renewable resources we use on the daily, and installing them isn't as difficult as it seems. These panels can also be a bad thing because of how pricey they can be, as well as insurance plans, and taxes, and as well as home investments, and yada yada yada. Solar panels are also situational, as places that typically don't get the most sunlight have these installed, and places with hella sunlight don't have as many installed. It's also active for like 55% of the day because it runs on kinetic energy. Then when night turns, it turns into potential energy. So solar panels aren't the best, but there are also different forms of energy we use that don't involve the sun, and oh my god, there's a lot to talk about. I'm gonna need some backup.
Hello?
Elam, could you help me out real quick?
Sure thing. What you need?
Could you cover the wind and geothermal energy for me?
The what and the what now?
The big fans in the hot earth.
Oh, bro, I'm stupid. Why didn't you say so? I got this. So, energy that comes from wind is typically located in wind farms. In these wind farms, we'll find wind turbines. These wind turbines are big blades that move from the heavy winds in the area to rotate a gearbox that powers a generator using kinetic energy. This is also common when things like renewable energy come into the conversation. These big fans are great because they are highly efficient, easily able to expand, and can be located in land or sea. So the territory these things can be built on is extraordinary. These fans also suck because they only really work in windy areas, so it's very restricted in terms of where they would be effective. And also, the fans are hella strong, so any bird that flies through, well, they become a menu item at Popeyes. Hey Joseph, guess what?
What is it, Elam?
I got hella fans, bro, especially after that performance. Another way to make energy is through the geothermal energy. This is a process that uses the Earth's heat. Geothermal energy is made from power plants that use steam to produce electricity. The steam comes from reservoirs of hot water found a few miles or more below the Earth's surface. The steam rotates around the turbine that activates a generator. This generator produces kinetic electricity. The hot water that helps with this process can be considered potential energy because it's energy stored up until it's released through the steam to activate the generator. And the water is stored due to the water being hotter than a motherfucker. Oh, fuck you. Let me move on. God, I don't want to do this next slide.
Really, Elam?
I mean, this is too much for a video, don't you think?
I knew you up. That's why I have a plan B.
Oh no, please, out of all people, not her. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Claudia, do you think you could do the next part for me?
Why? What's going on?
So pretty much, we need you to talk about the water wheel and the biomass because Elam doesn't want to do it.
Well, why not?
Because I choose not to. You got a problem with that?
Just do them, you short bitch.
I know you ain't talking hippo lips having ass. You got glasses because
That's
you
what you
branded
get
this
at
Stevie
3
Wonder.
p.m.
On God.
Hey, your ass
Whoa,
is
both of y'all
overcompensated
shut
for
the
wavy
hell
as
up.
well.
Please. Okay, Claudia, will you do them or not?
I guess. So by some rivers that connect to dams, there's typically a water wheel, or a small gate that pretty much works the same. The object spins by the flowing water, which is connected to the generator that makes kinetic energy. This form of making energy goes way back 3,000 years ago, and because of this, the method has not aged well. Due to the nature of it, it's really only used in one place, and it's kinda slow compared to other methods. They weren't all bad though. They were efficient in their own right and were used back then to do things like hammering iron, crushing ores, and preparing fiber to make cloth. But times have changed and these wheels aren't typically used anymore, and it's probably for the best. What else do I have to talk about?
Biomass.
Alright. Using biomass as an energy source utilizes the nature around us, similar to the water wheel, but more efficient. Most electricity generated from biomass is produced by direct combustion. I did not say you could speak over me. Anyways, biomass is burned in the boiler to produce high pressure steam. This steam flows over a series of blades, similar to a wind turbine, causing them to rotate. The rotation of the turbine drives the generator, producing kinetic energy. Using this process means that falling logs and falling leaves are technically potential energy.
If you're a nerd.
Oh my god, it's not your turn. This way of making electricity is useful because it takes waste and damaged biomes and makes a use out of them. It's also a bad way to make energy because in order for this method to become more mainstream, removing greenery for energy daily defeats the purpose of a renewable source of energy. Is that it?
No, there's more, but I think I got it.
Alright, thanks.
So, the way they use hydrogen to make... What? Oh, I gotta speed this up. Ooh, I got an idea. I bet I can finish this scene before this snail reaches the end of the screen. Okay, so hydrogen fuel cells produce electricity by combining hydrogen and oxygen atoms. The hydrogen reacts with oxygen across an electrical chemical cell, similar to a battery, to produce electricity, water, and small amounts of heat. Oh god, he's moving fast. So this is useful because it's a consistent renewable source of energy, typically used for spacecraft. It's situational due to its pricing, and since spacecraft is hella expensive, this just adds more to the pile. Yeah, let me just... There we go. So, what does this mean for all of us? Many forms of renewable energy sources would benefit different groups all around the world. Solar energy could benefit desert and oasis locations. Wind farms could serve useful in mountainous areas. Water wheels are a historical invention used for houses near streams. Biomass could be a useful replacement for diesel, and so on and so forth. The only reason these forms of renewable energy isn't as mainstream as they could be is because of them. They either up the pricing of public methods or utilize the other methods for private organizations just to muster up a couple of bucks.
Joseph, chill, axe, bro.
Sorry, it's just... Never mind. These energy sources are very beneficial to changing the future, as well as fixing the damage we've permanently caused. I hope that we find it in each and every
one of us to change the planet for good.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, so who's gonna wrap this up?
Elon?
Alright, fine. Y'all have no respect whatsoever. Good luck, Fisher Me. I'm out. Bye.